And here I have created some custom color which will be required for our application. So these are the color which I am going to use in my app. And along with this, I have another directory outside of this lib directory, which is assets. Within the assets, I have images directory, and within the images, I have this avatar.jpg, which I have added in pubspec.yaml file like this. So this is the configuration which I have done. So nothing fancy over here. And now from here, I'm going to start building our app. So first, let's see our app UI. And here, first I'm going to start with this AppBar section. So for this, I'm going to read off this title from this AppBar, and first I need to provide a background color. So here you can see this blue background.
Copy paste as a homem. Çok kızlar oldu.
точканың үстінде биік тұрған бағаны жақсы сияқты соны басып саласың сосын астында не болып жатқанын
И вопрос. Что это было? Я не знаю. У тебя, скорее всего, там вирусы на углу. Я вижу. Слишком много человек.
Я даже интернет Касперский сейчас
internet 8 dolar. 104 dolar.
Ne kadar koyuyorsanız kuşları da
Qayerga yozmayapti.
bilmiyorum.
Ana есть.
105 turmi? Tekshirib ko'ring. Skor qancha ko'rsatib turibdi? Az bo'lib turmi?
7 sekund. файлдасы басылым бар еді. Все, басып кет. Просто не иконка var.
Background color, and we don't have that. We have a custom background color which I have provided here, so I'm going to use this TDBG color. So here is the TDBG color and it will be imported from the file. So now hit enter. So the file has been imported. And for the title we will not have this text, instead we will have the, and for the title we will not have this text, instead we will have this icon and this image. So that's why I'm going to use this row widget, and for the row widget children, first I need to use icon, and here the icon will be menu icon, and for the color of it I'm going to use again a custom color which will be imported from this, and I'm going to use this black color. So it will be T. D black, and for the size of it I'm going to use 30. So here we can see the icon. Now after this icon we need to add the image, and for that here I'm going to create a container, and for the height and width of it I'm going to use 40. And for the child of it I will use this clip or rect. and for the child of this
간의 방어와 써놨던 자연스레가 미니멈으로 예, 보통 이제 좋아요 누르니까 유즈가 그걸 뭐였어? 유즈가 일단 이 수밖에 파일 디스크립션 아니 가져가는 거 가져를 쓸 때는
this widget I'm going to use image, and this image will be from our asset. So here let's provide the path of the image. So here we can see the image. Now I need to position.
sen 7 kesime başlayalım.
Position this at the right hand side, and for that here I can provide main access cell.
На жақта келші.
그러면
На ел.
그럼 유정하면
alignment, main axis alignment, space between. So it is at the right
안에 유정을 약간 써보죠. 유정 때 어떻게
Я нам вот Flutter. Сен неге Flutter деуге Ну, ол өзі пайда болу керек. Я не үшін? Себебі ол мына функцияны жазған кезде сразу
hand side, and now we need to make it circular, and for that,
но оның приложениясын Flutter
for this clip array,
последний приложение application-дер ғой. Это дұрыс емес папкадан алынсын, шақырылсын. Адрес бір көрейік. Айтасың мына жақта. Java Flutter application.
correct border radius. I'm going to
Ну, надо поставить его просто. Наверное, поставить его.
to provide border radius circular 20, and here I'm going to get rid of this debug text, and for that here I will provide false for this debug show checked mode banner, and for the elevation I will provide 0. So the shadow has been gone, and now I have opened the 0. Here I will provide false for this debug show checked mode banner, and for the elevation I will provide 0. So the shadow has been gone, and now I have opened the app in Android emulator. So here we can see at the top we have different color for the status bar. I don't want that. I want to change it, and for that here I am going to add system chrome dot set system UI overlay style, and here I need to provide system UI overlay style, and for the status bar color I need to provide transparent color. And now I can see the color of the status bar is also has been changed. Now we need to provide a background color for the app. As you can see, in our app we have a background color which is same as the AppBar color, but here we can see here is a distinction. So we need to use this TDBG color for our background color as well.
Do you know what's hiding in your business's data? Companies of all sizes use BigQuery to uncover new insights from their data. like cost savings, operational efficiencies, and new ways to grow revenue. BigQuery is Google.
And here I am going to separate this AppBar in a method called build AppBar. Okay, now I have opened the app again in iPhone simulator, and now we are going to start working on this body part of the app. And first we can see we need to create this search body part of the app. And first we can see we need to create this search bar. So for that, instead of this text, let's add a column widget, because we are going to have this search bar, then this text and these to do items, right? That's why I'm going to use column. And for the column children, first I need to create the search bar, and for that let's create a container. And let's provide decoration of it, and here the color of it will be white color, and for the border radius it will be circular 20, and for the child of it I need to provide a text field. So here we can see the text field, but it's not looking that good because we don't have any spacing in the edges, so we need to provide that first. And for that I'm going to provide a padding, and for the padding I will provide horizontal 15 pixel. So now it's looking quite good, but we need to customize the text field. So let's customize the text field. Let's provide decoration of it within input decoration, and first I'm going to provide content padding, and here I will provide 0. And here, as you can see, we have an icon, a search icon, so that I can provide by this prefix icon. And for the color of it, I'm going to provide the black color. and for the size I will provide 20. And along with it I am going to provide prefix icon constraints, and here it will be box constraints, and here for the max height I will provide 20, and for the min width I will provide 25. And now let's get rid of the border, and then let's provide search text here. And for the style of this search text I am going to provide text style color, and the color will be this gray color. And then here I am going to provide some padding, so for that let's add padding for this container. And here I am going to provide horizontal 15 pixel. So now it's looking good. And here I am going to separate this search box in a new widget called search box. So let's create it, and after saving it, it's looking as it was before. Now here we can see between the app bar and the search box there is some extra space available. So for that, here in the container padding we need to provide vertical 15, and let's provide 20 for horizontal. Now after that, after the search box, let's create list view, and for the list view children, first we need to provide this text, and that I will provide within a container. And for the container margin I will provide top margin 50, and at the bottom I will provide 20. And then for the child of it I will provide the text. Now let's provide the style of it. For the font size of it I will provide 30, and for font weight I will use 500. Now after saving it, it's not showing that, and here it is showing an error. To get rid of it, we need to wrap it with another widget, and that will be expanded. So now it is visible. And now after this text container I need to provide the to do item, and for that I am going to create a widget. So here within the widgets directory I am going to create to do item dot, and here I am going to create a stateless widget, and let's import that here. And we need to import the file, and I'm going to provide a relative path here, and similar for this one as well. Now let's build this to do item, and for that here I'm going to use ListTile, and for the shape of it I will provide rounded rectangle border, and for border radius of it will be circular, and I will provide 20 pixel. For the tile color I will use white color. And now first provide the icon, which is this icon, and that we can add by this leading attribute. And here let's add the icon. So the icon will be checkbox, and the color of it will be TD blue. So it has has been imported, and now let me change it to the relative path. Now after this leading property, we need to add the title, and here it will be the text widget, and let's provide a text. So this one is the text of our task, right? And for this text, let's provide some styling, and for the style of it, first I'm going to provide the font size. The size of it will be 16 pixel. The color of it will be black, which is our custom black color. And for the decoration, we will use this line through for the to do item which have been done. So right now I have provided it, later we will use it dynamically. And after that we have the delete icon, and that we can provide by using this trailing attribute. And here we need to use a container widget. For the height and width of it, I will use 35. For the decoration, let's use box decoration, and the color of it will be red color, which is our custom red color. Then let's use the border radius with 5 pixel circular value, and for the child of it I will use icon button. For the color of this icon, I will use white color. Let's provide the size of it 18 pixel, and now I need to provide the icon, and the icon will be delete icon. Okay, so here we can see the icon, but it's not looking like this. It is similar to this thing, but we need to do some more customizations. So first here for the padding I'm providing 0, and for the margin let's provide vertical margin 12. So now the shape of it is similar to this one, but I can see that we have a padding outside of this icon, so that means throughout the list tile. So that's why I need to provide content padding for this list tile, and here let's provide horizontal 20 and vertical 5. So now it's looking good.
Is this the best survival game ever made?
This is the aircraft carrier shelter you seized, previously owned by a small faction.
And let's see that these clicks are triggering properly or not. So here I am providing a print statement on this list tile. So here whenever I will tap here, that time we will get this message in the comment. console. So it's correct. And now let's check for this delete button, and for this one I am providing this print statement. Now let's see. So here we can see the output at the console. And now here let's provide multiple to do items. Here we can see we don't have any spacing in between these to do items, and for that here I need to provide a margin at the bottom, and I will provide 20 pixel. And now let's create a model 20 pixel. And now let's create a model called todo within model directory. So here let's create a class called todo, and here we will have first the id, which will be string type. Then we will have todo text, and then we will have a boolean called is done. The id will be required and the to do text also, but this is done will not be required, and by default the value will be false. And now I am going to create an array of to-do items, and for that I'm creating this list called to-do list, and here I'm going to paste some items which I have already prepared. So these are the items which I'm going to use. Now let's go to the home screen, and here instead of using these items like this, I am going to use this newly created array to render the items, and for that here I am going to create a variable called to-dos list, and it will be the to-do list from the to-do model here, this one. So it has been imported, and for this one create enter the items, and for that here I am going to create a variable called to-dos list, and it will be the to-do list from the to-do model here, this one. So it has been imported, and for this one also I'm going to use relative path, and here I'm going to use a for loop, and within this for loop I'm going to render this to-do item, and here for this to-do item we will expect the to-do item. So I have created a variable called to-do which will be to-do type, and here it will be required, and let's provide the text over here, and here we need to pass this to-do value, and this to-do is this one which we are getting from the list, and this is the to-do which is this one which this to-do item widget is expecting. I'm just distinguishing these two things like this. Now still it's fine, right? Now make these things dynamic, update with column, then changed it to stack, Now here after this container I will provide align widget, and for the alignment of it I am going to use bottom center, and for the child of it I am going to use row widget, because here we have these two items. And here I am going to use expanded, and within the expanded let's provide a container, and for the container margin I will provide 20 at the bottom, right and left. And after that let's provide box decoration. For the color of it I am going to use white color, and let's provide a shadow, and it will be box shadow color, and I am going to use gray color for the offset of it. I am going to use offset 0.0. For the blur radius it will be 10, and for the spread radius I am going to provide 0, and here it will be wrap. With this
아니 장갑 마드라스 다 있지? 그네 나왔는데
Como parece que o boss existe? Menino, quanto passou? Yersenin. Aynen. Biz burada danslık kalma. Gerçek böyle işsiz bir travma ya. Biz akşam alıştıramıyoruz. Gerçek. Oh. Ne yapıyorsunuz?
bracket. Now the error has been gone, and after that let's provide a border radius circular 10.
की तो
Now let's provide the child of this container which will be text field and write 20. Then for the child of it I will use elevated button. For the elevated button, first we need to provide the child, and here I will provide the text, and the text will be only this plus icon. For the style of it, let's provide font size 40. So here we have the elevated button. Now we need to change the styling of it, and for that let's provide style elevated button style. From first we need to change the color of it from this blue color to our app blue color. That we can provide by providing this primary attribute, and let's provide the color here. And for the minimum size of it, we can provide the width of height here, and it will be 60 for both. And for the elevation we need to provide 10. So here it is, right? So it's looking good, similar to this one. So now our UI has been completed. After that we need to focus on to the functionality of the app, such as whenever we tap over here, that time the task will be set to whether it is done or not. Let's first implement that. So for that, first we need to change this widget from stateless widget to stateful widget. Now after that, let's create a function called handle to do change, and here we will accept to do, and we will set this to do is done to its opposite. So if it is true, then it will set to false. If it is false, then it will set to true. And to see the changes, we need to put it under set state, and now we need to call this function. So we need to provide that here in the to do item. So for that we need to accept that. So here after this final to do, let's create another on to do changed, and along with it I will create another function which will be for this delete button. So let's create another one which is on delete item, and here we need to make them required. And here for this ListTile on tap, here we are going to use this on to do changed, and here we will pass this to do, which will be passed from here. And now here for on to do changed, let's provide that newly created function which we have just created, which will handle the changes. And after that also we need to provide on delete item. So right now I haven't created anything, so I am just providing this blank function. Now let's see. Now let's do a restart of our app, as I have changed this home screen from stateless widget to stateful widget. So we need to do a restart. So it has been restarted. Now let's see. Okay, so it's working, and these items are already is done. So when I am tapping onto it, then it is setting itself as false. So it's working perfectly well. To item, let's use this check to add the items, and for that first we need to create a controller. So we have created this text editing controller, and now let's use this to do controller for the text field and then create the function add to do item. So here we will accept string to do and then we need to add it to our list. So to do's list dot add, and then we need to add it, and the adding type will be to do. So we need to provide an ID and the text. For the ID we need to provide an unique ID for each item, as you can see here, and this ID will be used to delete the item as well. So it should be unique, and for that I'm going to use timestamp. So here I'm going to use 32 millisecond to do item with millisecond, which we will receive. Now we need to call this add to do item function, and after adding the item I want to clear this. Text field. For that, let's use the controller to call the function, and here we can call it. So here add to do item, and after that the controller dot text. By this we will get the text of this field which have been provided by the user. Now save this one. After that let's test it. So it has been added. So these things are getting added, and now let's see whether our delete function is working or not. But before that, let's check the is done, is working or not, and let's see the delete functionality, and it is also working perfectly well, right? So we are almost done. Now we need to just make this search bar functional, so whenever we put something, that time it will search the to do items from here. And for that, first I'm going to create another list, and the list will be type of to do, and I will name this one as found to do, and by default it will be empty array. And after that I will initialize the state, so within init state function, I will assign to-dos list to found to do, and that is because I will use these items by default. That is your initial state called run filter, and here we will receive entered keyword. So whatever have been submitted here in this search box, that we will pass here. And here let's create another list with the type of to do called results, and by default it will be blank array. And let's check if entered keyword is empty, then we will assign the results with to do's list. So that means if anybody provides any blank space in the search bar, then it will do nothing, it will display the available to do items as the result. And for the else case, so that means when something has been entered here, then we will do the actual searching functionality, and let's do that. So it is checking from the to do's list dot where, then we will get the item, we will check for the item, it will check for the to do text and convert it to lowercase, and let's check whether it contains, whether the text contains the entered keyword, and let's convert it to lowercase as well, and then convert this item to list as this result is also a list. So this is where actually we are providing the search functionality, and when we are getting the result, then we need to set the state, and here for found to do we need to provide the results which we have found. Okay, and the result, which we have found. Okay, and finally the items we are currently displaying from to do's list array, but right now it will come from found to do. So now save it. Now let's restart the app. So after restarting the app, here we can see the default one which have been provided from here, and these functionalities are working perfectly well. So the item is
하고 시험도 했습니다. 그지? 쭉 telefon을 한다.
Ну-ка, раньше дашь много положений. Звучит метр.
хроммен ашып көрдің бе? Ашылмады ма?
Ол осы аппты қаттып көрді. Оны ашқым келді. Хроммен.
하고 시험도 했습니다. 그지? 쭉 telefon을 한다.
Ну-ка, раньше дашь много положений. Звучит метр.
Chrome'мен ашып көрдің бе? Ашылмады ма?
Windows app'ты каттырып көрдүм. Оңашмын десем.
Ашылды.